In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Tonnika sisters for the vintage collection as part of the Haslab Mos Eisley Cantina set. Two characters that have had a very long journey, a very incredible journey to get to this point. I think the campaign to get these two made has been well over a decade or two now at this point, but that time has finally come. And I imagine this is the main draw of the Cantina set for a lot of people. In fact, I know it is because there's some people that bought the set just so they can get the figures within it, and then they turn around and sell the Cantina itself. But for me, I genuinely wanted the Cantina. I genuinely wanted these characters. And I know some people are probably going to flinch a little bit when I tell them that I do plan on opening all 5 action figures. I mentioned in my unboxing of the Cantina video that I recommend checking out. I got these action figures to enjoy. At the end of the day, both of them serve no purpose for me to keep in the package. I want to have them on display and have them interact with the rest of my collection. And quite frankly, just initial view of these 2 action figures, they both look extremely good. The photoreal has never been better. So for me, it wouldn't really do them any justice just leaving them sitting in the package for a long period of time indefinitely. But anyways, we'll go ahead and start taking a look at them a little closer. Have this iconic Star Wars card here, unpunched. So we have Brea Tonnika. Nice image of her there. But yeah, look at the photoreal on the face there. That has never been better. This might be the best samples of the face printing tech I've ever seen on any of the TVC action figures up to this point. It's very clean, very crisp. It's very lifelike. I guess for the prices we're paying for the Haslab, that we should get the best of the best for the action figures. The warning label down here instead. So Haslab action figures do have a unique number set, so she's number 9 here. The fact it has 3 zeros makes me wonder if Hasbro plans on going up in the hundreds. We'll see what the future of Star Wars Haslab is at this point. And for her description is smart and resourceful. Brea and Senni were loyal to each other and could communicate with just a glance. They also share the same dream to get as far away from Tatooine as possible. Image of her right there. One thing I'll note is the 2 blasters that accompany her here look very similar to Padme's signature Naboo pistol. So that's pretty interesting. It makes me wonder if one of these 2 will be repacked yet again with Padme when she's released next year. So that's Brea. And now for Senni here. Again, same thing for the sculpt and the face printing tech. Nice image of her there. And she is number 8 instead. And then for her description is with matching jumpsuits, metallic lipstick, and dark braided piled high on their head, or dark braids piled high on their head. The Tonnika sisters stood out from the crowd in the Cantina and worked odd jobs for anyone who would hire them. So I am going to go ahead and get these 2 opened up off screen. I do plan on saving the card, and I really don't want to damage either of them in any way. So I will be back in a moment. And I have them both out of the package now, and quite frankly, in my opinion, 3 3/4 inch Star Wars action figures have never looked better. I'm very impressed by these. Oftentimes, yes, action figures look very nice, and it's like, oh wow, you know, that looks good. Or sometimes they look a little off, where it's like, I'm not too sure about that. But for these 2 here, perfect in every way. I'm very impressed with, of course, like I mentioned, the head sculpt and the paint in the face and the photoreal and things like that, but just the paint overall and the amount of detail in these two it's very incredible to me. And we'll get into all that here in a moment. So first we'll look at Brea here up close. And just take all that in. Detail around the eyes, for instance, and just the overall sculpting work, really impressed with that. Hair looks good, the details in that are incredible. Very lifelike. Hair wrapped on top here, and then of course the braids coming down. I tried to get these two in the pose similar to what looks like in the back of their respective cards. As for the rest of her outfit, you know, you would think for such a simple outfit there wouldn't be a lot to say about it, but the details here look really nice as well. You can see the collar around her there, there's some details. You have the wristbands there. You have the belt. You have this band around her thigh there. Of course, her boots. Great sculpting work. Of course, both of them have the same articulation, but they are super articulated. They do have the barbell at the neck there. Of course, the hair is a little restrictive, but that's alright. These are characters you don't really need in extremely dynamic poses anyway. And you can still get her neck in most of the poses you're going to want. And the hinge at the shoulder, which goes about 90. Hinged elbow there, which, yeah, it goes about 90, I would say. Swivel wrist, I think, which is perfectly fine. And it almost looks like she just has a swivel waist, but there is a joint there as well, I think. But I think it acts better on a swivel. Still turned out pretty good. Then we do have the barbell hips, and the swivel thigh. And the hinge at the knee. Careful with that. Looks like it goes about 90. Yeah. And then of course the hinge at the ankle and then the proper ankle. So great articulation for characters that quite frankly didn't really need it. But still nice to have regardless. As for her accessories, both of them have almost the same accessories. They have the Naboo style blaster there, or at least that's what it looks like to me. This one has a little bit of a longer barrel. Fits perfectly in her hand. We have another blaster, but this time it has the shorter barrel. Have an extra hand, and this one's more to accommodate for the glass that she has. And we have the cup here. One is not translucent. In fact, it looks like something more you see on a planet like Bespin, I think. Or Coruscant, even. Something with a little more upper world, I guess. It's perfectly in the hand there, and I will switch out their hands at the end of the video just to show what that looks like. But next, take a look at Brea here. And same thing, just incredible sculpting work and incredible paint apps overall. And I think they're both using the same body or close to it. Hair is sculpted just a little bit different. It's very subtle though. And for the rest of the outfit, just green this time. Just have the collar there and then the wristbands again. But she does have something a little unique. She has this bracelet around her wrist there. And it's also sculpted on her alternative hand. And this goes back to why I'm saying some of the details on here are extremely particular. Something we don't normally see on 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figures these days. I really like that. I think we need more of things like that. As for a belt there, nice details. It looks studded for both of them. Same exact articulation, but I will show off the neck here just to kind of give you an idea as to how this one goes. Yeah, you can pretty much get all the side-to-side motions for both of them. And a little bit up and down, but not a whole lot. Other than that, everything else is the exact same. I like that I can keep her in this stance too, and she can stand pretty good. As for her accessories, like I said, mostly the same exact thing. Have this extra blaster here with the shorter barrel. Of course, the longer one here in her hand. Her alternative hand, and as I said, the bracelet is sculpted in there too. And that is meant to hold the cup. And this cup looks really good. I like the purple juice that it has in it. This one's more translucent. And it's not quite circular, as you can see there. See how her hand holds onto it. A little looser, but still there. Probably have her hold it the other way too. Yeah, that's about the best way possible, I think. And I will go ahead and switch out their alternative hands. And I have their hands switched out with the glasses in hand, and it looks great as well. They'll definitely look great alongside the bar there for the cantina. And they hold them well, no problems there as well. But other than that, we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. Okay, so that just about does it for the Tonnika sisters. One other thing I'll mention is that their hair does have some flex to it, so it's not really much of a hindrance, and even though you can't really get a whole lot up and down motion with their head because of the hair, there's at least enough flex where you can rotate their head side to side, and it's not really restrictive in that regard. But anyway, 2 incredible grails for my collection. Definitely some of the best 3 3/4 inch Star Wars action figures that Hasbro's ever made, ironically, of all the characters. But I'm very thankful to have them both in my collection. Definitely a lot of display opportunities. I think I could use them not only for the Cantina, but for like a Jabba's Palace display as well. I can definitely see these two as being like basically like deadly dancers that get around Jabba the Hutt and then potentially eliminate people in the process. Who knows? A lot of great creative ideas you can use for these 2 characters. I'm going to have to go back and read a little bit more about their backstories at some point as well. I'm not sure if there is a whole lot of EU lore about them outside of A New Hope, but that's something I'll look into. But would I recommend these 2 for your collection? Yes, I would not pay an outrageous price that I'm seeing on eBay for them, but unfortunately that might be the only chance for a lot of people, because I don't think Hasbro has any plans to re-release these 2 for general retail or anything like that. But who knows what the future will bring. But if you can find them for a good price, or of course you can always get the Cantina as well, I would definitely recommend them. They're solid action figures. Like I said, thankful to have them in my collection now. But anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for playing more in the future. There's always more to come. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support, and check out the links in the description if you haven't done so already. And as always, thanks for watching.